What do you mean by that?
He
That
He's
8th
dogging
inning the
it?
other night.
he's not all effort, Travis Shaw, right?
Well, this was a guy that was scrapping for a job. I mean, he had the guy that they paid millions of dollars to ahead of him, and we loved him when he got the job, right?
When he was
Right.
scrapping.
But now they've got the book on. Didn't we say right around July 1st?
That's right. You
They
got a
start to
couple
get the
hundred
book
bats.
on the guys.
But what are you referring to? The not being able to get the bunt down, or
No,
what?
wait. Well, he was
Not running it out either.
look. Yeah,
He looks out of shape. There's no question. I don't know how he can possibly get out of
last
shape. He's the
year,
only guy that played every
He
game.
was very nonchalant at first base. He played about the laziest first base.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
that's
you
his
ever
look.
saw.
Yeah.
I think that's his look.
No, you're right. He doesn't look like an athlete.
Yeah.
He
Kinda.
doesn't look like he's a go-getter. He's not.
Right.
A
He
hustler.
doesn't look that intense.
There's a lot of body language analysis going on. Like
No,
a
but-
guy. Wait,
No, but a lot of-
slow down.
He
Most
made a lot of
guys-
errors last year
Most
because of
guys who hit 275, 280 in the majors go through a big slump during the year.
But
That's
he-
how you hit 280.
No, you're right.
Right? You don't hit 280 every day. You'll hit 340 and you'll hit 110, and it ends up being 280. And we're all over him at probably the lowest
You
point of the
think he's gonna
season.
hit
And we
280?
can-
We
I
missed
don't
that
know.
reasoning. We missed that reasoning
But
last
seriously,
week.
like
Where's that logic going?
the guys in the middle of a slump. Guys go into slumps.
I smell
So
a
we're gonna
bad
be
here.
smart. We're gonna be smart
fun
this
to
show now.
trash the
We're
guy.
gonna be smart this show.
But seriously,
No,
are you
you're-
guys listening to yourselves? Like the
He
body
is the
language,
voice of reason.
the body
He is
language
voice.
police. We don't like his body language. You don't like his body language. You don't like the fact he's 2'32".
It's a visual.
That's
No, but
It's kind of doughy.
No, but you have to agree on that bunt on Sunday against the Twins, and that was just an embarrassing loss when the Twins wanted to lay down. The Red
Okay,
Sox
but
would-
who was the last guy who couldn't get a bunt down?
No, but
He's our favorite player on the team.
The other
than-
corner
other than-
infielder.
No,
You
the
know,
last guy was Jackie Bradley. Can't bunt either. None of these guys can bunt.
No,
It's
but
an
he
entire
got the bunt down. But he dogged it down the line. He
And
wasn't.
that's why he
But
got
what were
doubled.
they doing asking him to bunt?
Right, well, yeah,
Well, he
because
can't swing away. He was doing
Yeah,
worse.
but you when you get up and you sacrifice bunt, you're not thinking about beating it out. You're thinking, let me get the bunt down and do my
Dude, all
job.
he had to do was hit it to the right side. It's a left-handed pitcher
But
falling
he was
off.
told to bunt.
no, but I don't like his effort, and I don't like young guys who are on the fringe, like you said, giving lack of effort at any time. And then,
So you're thinking he got comfortable?
yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
So when Jackie Bradley goes into a slump for 4 weeks, because that's what Jackie Bradley's going to do. But
Oh,
Jackie
absolutely.
Bradley's not a 340 hitter.
Right.
Jackie Bradley's a 290 hitter, right? So he ends up at 290 by going into a slump where he's going to hit about $180. Are we going to be on Jackie
Well, I think
Bradley's
Jackie
body
was-
language?
absolutely.
We're going to talk about how he looks
We're gonna
doughy.
get into it.
How he looks doughy. He was never a go-getter. He was
No,
lackadaisical.
There'll be different excuses, but
Of
yeah,
course.
we're gonna
Okay,
get
no,
it.
I just want to make sure I understand what the
Terminology
pattern is.
will be
Absolutely.
different.
That's why we have a
all.
show.
Jeez Louise.
We're from Boston.
Yeah, right. All right, so we're going to talk about. I will get off Travis Shaw for just a second. And we'll go
so much
to
fun.
the professor's favorite player because it's just good to have the professor back. How Hanley Ramirez and Travis Shaw, our corner outfielders, we have some corners infielders. Excuse me. We have some level of expectation for their productivity,
do.
and we're not getting from either of guys.
No, the pop is gone out of Hanley's bat, and the question is it gone for good or is it just sort of temporarily gone? Because he doesn't hit. He hit a ball the other night that he hit a ball hard the opposite way.
Yeah.
And if he had pop in his bat, that ball was gone.
Right.
And he doesn't. He's a warning track power
He
now.
hit one up the middle last night that looked like he,
That he would have pulled.
Yeah.
And he can't pull the ball anymore.
Yeah, he's changed his swing so much, I'm sure, so he doesn't hit 220.
Right.
That he now can't hit for press. He could be done.
But getting back to the other,
He could
No,
be
no,
done.
wait.
No, but I'm calling it like I see it.
We're
you
gonna
know?
call in. Do you want to get that, Joe? So he professor of the 25-75, and
Well, but I go by the
I
evidence
needed to
in
go
front
get
of
my
me.
frontal lobotomy checked.
I go by the evidence in front of me. I mean, he hasn't played well since the second week of the year, right?
So I told you he was done based on my evidence from last year. And so are you saying right now on this show at 6:36?
what I'm saying is the pop may be out of his bat, and he's in a bad slump. And now the question is, does it come back or not? And we'll
question
know
is
in about
why.
100 at bats.
But the question is, what do we do? Because we
in
can't
trouble.
replace these guys.
You were saying we should
Yeah, but-
replace Hanley in the lineup last week.
Going back to Shaw, just to switch for a second, the
Right.
other corner guy. I mean, can't we agree that we're all delighted in the first half he played? I mean, did anyone expect that? I mean, he was good.
He was great.
Look, and the same with and I
steady in
take
the
all
field to boot.
take all the
Yeah,
Hanley stuff off
every game.
take all the Hanley hatred off the table. If we'd said Shaw would
Well,
be
that's
where
not fun.
Shaw is and Hanley would be where Hanley is,
Right.
where they are now, which is Hanley giving good effort, making more errors at first than he's been given credit for, but he hasn't been a disaster at first.
No,
we would have
no,
taken this, right?
no,
We would have
no.
said, you know what? If that's what we get out of these two guys, we're okay.
Oh no, I
Right.
thought we
Right.
expected more
Right.
hitting out of Hanley.
I do, but we didn't expect this defense,
No,
right?
but we
And we didn't
expected a lot
expect
more
the hustle and the
offensive
attitude. So, but the problem is the trend line's down.
Yeah. Oh, right. If you had said in June 15th that the Red Sox would be one game out of first place, we would have all
We would've
taken
all
it, right?
taken it,
Okay.
right?
So
but
I
the
guess
problem,
we kind of have.
but your
How long
point
will
is,
Dombrowski go?
but it's a great point, is because Dombrowski can't sit on his hands on this thing.
Well, he's proven that he won't do that. I mean, look
Exactly.
what he did to Buchholz. Look what he did to Sandoval. I mean,
Absolutely.
He said, look, guys,
But what do
there's
you
a new
do?
sheriff
Like,
in
there's
town.
no backup at first. There's no backup at third.
But the problem is there's
Yeah.
so many leaks in some levels that you just don't see right now. And that's the least of his problems.
And
Because the
Hanley-
problems are
Exactly
his
right.
pitching and the relief pitching.
And Hanley can't go to DH next year if he's going to produce.
You're
like
totally
this.
right. Yeah. You're
And
totally
Hanley
right.
has no trade value.
Not when he's
Last
got.
week
That
he did.
contract.
No, right, yeah, kind of, a little
Last
bit.
week we were going to
Yeah,
try
if
to
we'll
trade
pay
him.
his contract, he has.
Look, God, I mean, Hanley gets hot for a couple of weeks. He should be. Dombrowski should be tearing up the
on that
phone
phone
line.
line.
Well,
right?
you know, we know with Clay Buchholz that they just don't do that for some reason. All of
Well,
a sudden
no,
they
no,
play
this-
well and they don't
I
do
think
that.
Well,
Clay
no,
Buchholz
this
knows.
administration may do that. The last administration didn't do that.
Well,
Buchholz
yeah.
is on
Russ was screaming
Charrington.
for them to do it
Buchholz
last
is on
year.
Charrington's watch.
Right.
And he had that 6 in a row that he was on fire.
Yeah. So, all right, the relief pitching. First of all, I hate Matt Barnes. I can't stand him anymore. I can't watch a guy pitch who throws 99 miles an hour, and apparently they hit him all. The Red Sox have the only guys who throw 99 miles an hour, in Joe Kelly and Matt Barnes, who are eminently hittable.
Yeah, that pitch the other night
Oh, God.
was a disaster.
Disaster.
0-2, right? And he grooves one. I mean, he could not throw the ball. It was the center of the 9 squares. It's like Paul
laid it
Lind
in,
on
he
Hollywood
laid it in
Squares. He
there.
Paul Lind, right?
Paul Linden.
No, think about it.
That's a great call.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, how do you throw the ball? It's hard to throw the ball as far down the middle as he threw the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and he hangs everything, right?
Yeah.
We can't depend on him. Who in the relief corps can we depend on? Right now.
Kimbrel.
And
Sorry,
only in
I'm
the
still
right
working on the
situation.
Paul Linden.
Do you want to do an
Craig Kimbrell.
impersonation?
No, Craig Kimbrel. Craig
And
Kimbrel.
he can only be used a certain way.
Craig Kimbrel's the only
Got
guy.
to come in clean.
Okay,
can
we
only
can-
be 1 inning.
Can we trust Koji, or is he done?
We can't trust him.
He's not
just
trustworthy,
he's a
but he's-
mediocre relief pitcher. Not the
Junichi.
worst.
Done. They killed
Kinda,
him.
right?
Yeah.
Killed him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Dombrowski? What is his first priority if he's all of a sudden starting making phone calls?
It feels like it's probably a starter,
Yeah.
but if Erod turns it around, it shifts to a reliever. It's pitching,
Pitching.
Absolutely.
Pitching.
Yeah.
Right.
Toughest
Yeah,
thing to get.
absolutely.
and you fill in on the hitting. You hope guys get hot. You move guys around.
So how much are we willing to mortgage to the future? And I keep on asking this question because it's an important question. How much do we mortgage to the future for this year? With the idea that it's a weak
Okay,
American League
but no,
and we may
put
have a chance
Put
to
a
go.
name on it, like
Well,
Sonny.
that's what That's what you paid for, to evaluate
Right.
who you think is going to
Yeah.
make the majors,
Right.
and keeping them, and the ones you don't think will
Right.
be major leaguers, trade
That's right,
them.
Joe. And I think you put
There's
a
a
name
fine
on
line
it.
to be able to do that.
No,
Yeah.
but
Well, you got to be
Sure.
good at it.
Yeah.
Put a name on it because the names are different. If it's Sonny Gray and he's signed for 4 more years and
Right.
he's
Give him
young,
intended.
you're gonna mortgage. You're getting future back for trading future.
Right.
For a guy, a retread third starter, I'm not giving up any of those guys.
Or the Larry Anderson for Jeff Bagwell
No,
deals.
you can't do
You
that.
know?
Yeah.
Right.
You can't do that.
It seemed like a good deal at the time.
Yeah, because
Right.
Yeah, it did.
they needed a guy, a sequence guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ring my own horn, but I guess
Well,
I
you will.
am going to ring my own
Yeah.
horn. So I said last year, to the chagrin of my fellow co-hosts,
Cohorts.
that Xander Bogaerts would be the best player in baseball very soon. And I would ask my cohorts, is Xander Bogaerts not the best player in the major leagues right now?
He's had the best first third of the year.
I think he's got leading the All-Star voting.
Yeah,
for
he's
his-
the best first third of the year. I mean, there's no question.
Right.
So yeah, we are ringing the bell.
But I would say,
a little
but,
more
but I
enthusiasm,
would only
fellas.
ask you. No, but
You
I would only ask
crazy old
you.
New
we,
Englanders.
we would like him much more if you didn't like him so
Yeah, I
much.
know. You're bringing us. No.
That and if he had a little pizzazz to him, a little
Oh, I don't. Yeah,
think
pizzazz.
he
I
has
don't need
personality?
pizzazz.
He
I
has
need,
none.
Doesn't matter.
I think he
Just
does.
hit the ball.
He jumps around happy.
Hit the ball.
Go lucky.
But what's
no
interesting
Travis
is,
Shaw.
what if you
Yes.
it's interesting though, and you and I have decided to call a truce on the Mookie versus Xander because I love them both.
Yes,
but
yes.
if you take a look at Mookie's stats, and on many areas he's at Xander's level or outperforming him. It's pretty amazing. Those
home
two
runs and
guys,
stuff,
The
yeah.
power
all the total bases, all that other stuff. It's amazing. Like those two guys, you throw Bradley in, it's an amazing core. Amazing.
Mookie Betts, a leadoff hitter, could go 3,100.
Yeah, but does one of them have to go?
I don't think so.
No.
I think you got enough guys in this farm system to get what you need.
If you want an everyday rotation, top of the rotation pitcher, you got to include.
So-
it.
No, there's
Great
no
point.
way
So
they're
do you
dealing
trade-
Betts
do you
and
trade-
Bogarts in a
okay,
million years.
one of
No,
them.
not
But
Bogarts.
Bradley, what
But
about Bradley
seems
for
to be the guy.
Bradley in a deal for Sonny Gray? Would you do it?
Would you?
I don't want to, but you need pitching more than you need outfielders.
You do it. I'm with Joe. You do it.
See, Sonny Gray is not trending upward right now, so
Right.
that may be good because this may be the opportunity to get a guy, in lower
Yeah,
value.
but Billy Bean's probably not lowering his value. He's probably still talking.
No, then he's
like
not going to get
us.
Bradley. I mean, but he's not getting Betts or Bogarts for him.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't give either.
You're
of
not
those.
trading those guys.
I like Sonny Gray's not a hard thrower, right? He's kind of a middle of the range. If I'm going to give up a guy like JBJ, I want a guy who throws 98, a guy like Danny Salazar from the Cleveland
that
Indians.
could be-
You know what I mean?
sure.
Because those guys who, middle of the road guys, like a Kluber or something,
Yeah.
it can go south for them for seasons.
Let me ask you
Billy
a question.
Billy Bean was looking at the kid, the 17-year-old kid. Billy Bean was down there in person.
is that
looking
right?
at him.
Oh, for the Red Sox?
That
Yeah.
Groom?
Oh, the Espinoza?
Groom, the
Groom?
kid that went.
Oh, Groom. Yeah.
Billy Bean was
that in a
there
heartbeat.
himself, not one of Billy Bean's guys.
I asked you this question a
We gotta
couple
talk
weeks
about
ago,
that,
a
yeah.
few weeks ago.
What's that?
Xander for Clayton Kershaw.
No.
Whoa.
Oh no! You
not
said
now.
yes a few weeks
No.
ago.
Xander crosses all
Okay,
lines.
what about
day. He plays-
Xander for Clayton Kershaw?
Clayton Kershaw is the best I've seen in a long time.
So
But
you do it.
Xander.
You gotta
Xander
choose.
plays
Yeah, but
every day.
You got to
Xander's our
And
Derek.
Xander's 10 more years. How many more years is Clayton?
Yeah, I gotta stay with Xander.
I wouldn't do it because the pitchers are inherently risky.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Xander's
I
our
mean,
Derek
David
Jeter.
Price was supposed to be the best guy
Yeah.
available.
Inherently risky. But boy, that's saying something because Kershaw could be one of the best pitchers in
Ever.
the generation.
Yeah.
When you have guys that are really, really good pitchers, never go to the market. Arrieta gets taken, Kershaw, Verlander. The
Yeah.
guys that are at the top of their game get taken care of before they can reach the open market.
Oh, Uncle Joe, you mean John Lester? Oh, yeah, how'd that work
Oh,
out?
you opened that up.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Seriously, that
I
just
took the
shows you.
scab there.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, and that just exposes how. Look, that got
Sharon
Larry
Lucchino.
Lucchino fired. There was a lot of guys who lost jobs over that one move,
Yeah.
and it's going to take us 3 years to recover. You just watch. That's because you imagine this lineup if we had John Lester
I
and
think
David
Carmen-
Price
I-
but
and
weren't you-
Erod.
at the
you
time,
haven't
so
been
you
here.
wouldn't have
This is
got-
all Middlebrooks'
I
fault.
don't.
Will Middlebrooks'
that's true.
fault.
Here
No,
we go. Don't
it's,
get him started.
Yeah, but
Jenny
at the
Dell's
time,
fault.
Lester looked like he was on the down. He looked
Lester?
like he was fading a little. Yes.
No, he was just having a weird year where his record
Oh,
didn't
he was
represent.
having a weird
No,
year.
because his record didn't represent how well he was pitching. he
So-
was pitching well, but his record didn't represent it. I love John Lester.
Hey,
I know.
Hey,
I
Pete.
know.
Hey, Pete.
Like
we're gonna,
David Price.
let's,
Yeah,
keep
right.
let's keep the weird year in the back of our mind and use that often, early and
listen,
often. the
Chris
rest of the
Xander may
way.
have a weird year too. You
Yeah.
know.
Weird year.
Kelly Olynyk
All
is
in.
just having a weird year.
Oh no! Don't get me started about him. Oh, we'll get
Daniel
to
Lavin
it.
just had a series of weird
He
years.
had a weird career.
So, all right. So, don't panic, guys. But I think just Erod. I love Erod too. I think Erod's just going to be just fine. Don't
He's
you
in
think?
spring training still.
Yeah.
He's fine. It's
I mean,
gonna be fine.
he's not Felix Dubron, right? Can we
Yeah,
safely
I hope not.
assure
He's got
everyone
way
that,
more-
right?
He's got way better stuff than Dubront ever had.
Okay, because I thought Felix Dubron was going to be a star.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
You know,
No, he's got better stuff. He's so highly regarded. Remember, Dubront was never as highly regarded as this guy is.
And Dubron was a cement head.
He was an idiot.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was his problem.
Yeah. No,
He may be out of
Erod
ba-
will be fine. Give
He
him
is
3
out of
more
baseball.
starts. He'll be fine.
He's out of baseball.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy he kept his head straight. probably gets a $100 million contract, right?
Yeah.
If you're a lefty who
lefty,
can throw
yeah.
90 plus and you can't make it in the Major League Baseball after having had some success, you are a moron.
And he had a lot of action on his fastball too.
Either or you were injured, but I don't think he was injured.
And he was a good pitcher in the World Series 2013 team. And we're going to have a show just analyzing that 2013 team, because when you start to think about that 2013 team
It's a lottery.
that won the World
Yeah,
Series,
they struck the lottery.
what a terrible team.
Making millions. Johnny
It was
Gomes
sprinkled with
was a
magic
key
dust.
player in that thing.
Well, they
and
won it
Shane
with
Victorino.
coaching.
Right, Grandstander crowd audience, just think for a second, who is the catchers on that team? And that's hard to remember who the starting catchers were on that team. Who's the starting catcher on the
Salty.
2000? Salty.
Salty.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And the backup was David Ross.
David Ross, that's right.
Oh my, guys who,
Who's still hanging in there?
yeah, just barely. And we're not talking about a lot of years. too.
Clubhouse guy.
Right, Gomes.
Right. I mean,
They caught lightning in a bottle. That
Yeah.
was remarkable.
bizarre.
Yeah.
So Joe Kelly, another one of our guys with those 99 miles an hour, but really has no sense of pitching. He would look good as a reliever on this team, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe solve your relief pitching problem by bringing Kelly
When he
up as a
comes
reliever,
off the
right?
DL, yeah.
But he,
It matters what the kid does against Seattle,
That's right,
The lefty.
yeah.
Elliott,
right.
yeah.
But I mean, well, you could still put him in the relief corps, because we got guys like Tommy Lane, who are just
But
Heath
you like
Hembry.
Robbie Ross, don't you?
Yeah, I do like Ross a little bit, but and Matt Barnes, you can send
have
him
him,
to Timbuktu today, and I'll be just fine. But Joe Kelly has made it perfectly clear to management, a Will Middlebrooks type of statement, that he has no intention of relief pitching. Doesn't want to do it.
Oh, is that right?
No.
I did not hear.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't feel like he functions well as a reliever.
Good for Joe.
So do you think?
Are you
Enjoy
sure he said
AAA.
that?
Yeah, he-
It's just like a Phil Kessel.
No, oh, I can't even
Did
believe
he
you brought
take
that.
out
I don't even know what you're talking
Did he
about.
take out an ad?
Oh, you guys would not let that go. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
bet you don't.
No. So, no.
Put your hat on when you discuss that one.
But so, will we just keep on pounding Joe and tell him, do you enjoy Pawtucket, Rhode Island?
Yeah, you'd say,
enough?
enjoy the trips to Rochester, Joe, on the bus.
Yeah.
Okay, or you can get the first class, accommodations,
Right.
pitch and relief in meaningful games. It's up to you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but can't he be a one-out guy for you?
Absolutely.
Oh,
He
yeah.
goes 100 miles an hour when he wants
Yeah.
to.
yeah, because I feel like he's a guy that instead of extending Kimbrel into the 8th inning when you need to
Right.
strike out,
Right.
he's the kind of guy that if you need 2 outs with some men on base,
Yeah.
that you can get a punch out, right?
That's absolutely right, yeah.
But
So
he's
it kind of fits, doesn't it?
The old
Right.
Daniel Bard role.
Right, exactly, Joe.
boy.
But he's not currently on the team because he doesn't want to be on the team. It's pretty clear. Because why wouldn't he be up now? It's not like we have
Well,
these great
he has a
arms.
groin.
Seems to me
He's
they've
got
been
groin
pretty good
injury,
to
isn't
him.
he?
They've given him
I
every.
think Kelly's hurt. He's on the DL.
Yeah, he's on the
pulled a groin.
DL. But I
Right.
think, isn't he rehabbing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You'll
you
see.
can always
Look.
say you have a groin injury because
look.
nobody's really going to check.
Oh, well, it depends.
Nobody's going to be like, well, I've got
Let
to
me
feel
take a
for
look
proof.
at that.
No, everyone's like, you got a
No.
groin injury.
Here.
I completely
He's
understand.
and he will be a relief pitcher by the end of July for the Red Sox. There's no question that's
I
what's going
hope.
to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, I
and
think
will
so.
Buckholz ever be a starting pitcher again on this
No.
team?
I doubt it.
It would have to be pretty.
You're going to trade him.
If you watched
If he didn't
Saturday's
if he's
game.
not getting in against Seattle.
Yeah.
He's toast.
Right. Saturday's game against Minnesota, he came in with an 11-run lead in the 9th inning. I don't know if you watched this. He walked the first 2 batters, and Steve Lyons started to shake a little bit and go, he kind of was like, is it possible that he could blow an 11-run lead?
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said, how can you have 11-run lead and walk the first two batters?
Yeah.
Just throw him down the middle.
Against the
Right.
Twins?
Yeah, against the Twins.
Let me understand this. So you were watching the game against the Twins in the 9th inning with an 11-run
15
lead.
Yes, right. I love the Red Sox.
I guess you do.
Yeah, I can't get enough of it.
Especially when you're front running. 15
right.
to 4, that's the best time.
Yeah, right. No,
All right,
that's
well,
it. Yeah.
nobody's gonna take that away
No,
from
no,
you.
they won't.
With Clay Buckholz in there.
That's right. Because I wanted to give you this insight because I love you, Grandstanders.
There should be a T-shirt or something for you for that.
Yeah, right. Reward points. I should get.
exactly.
All right, so let's go to the NBA, Pete's favorite topic. NBA Finals now going to go into the Game 6. A pretty exciting series, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the games themselves haven't been exciting. There was one exciting game, but it's a close series now.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-2, and they're in Cleveland. So,
And Bogut's out.
And Bogut's out. It would be, this sort of feels like 7 games now, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, right? You know, you go back to the home.
Who's playing?
You know, you go back to Cleveland, you'd think that they would win in Cleveland,
Yeah.
and then most likely Golden State would, probably win.
What's
Yeah,
interesting
I
is
think that's it.
how Curry has not really played that well in this series. And this is the second sort of playoffs in a row where, and you just wonder whether it just, at the end of the day, and it actually, it doesn't bode well for the Celtics, these smaller guys, you can defend them. You just throw bodies at them, you beat them up.
Or maybe he's embarrassed by those sneakers he just took.
Oh, yeah, true, that's
Yeah.
true too. But, you can just like, you
Well, the
can
referees
count
are
on
letting
it.
him play. Russ.
Because that's
So,
the point in
LeBron
these
the
finals.
underdog?
Which takes it away from a smaller guy.
That's
LeBron,
exactly right.
LeBron's not the underdog because LeBron is yelling at everybody on the court right now. So he's looking like the bully.
LeBron's losing his mind.
Yeah, right. But the guy who's lost,
Because he wants
Everything.
to win.
Right.
right? But the guy who's lost everything is
Is love.
yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
There's no love for Kevin Love.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Especially LeBron.
So will there be love for Kevin Love in Boston?
There would be love for
There's
him
still
with
a
the
lot of people
16th pick, right? I mean,
It's really a math equation right now,
yeah,
right?
it's all of the, does the math add up? Like you're not, I would not be happy if you traded now.
3?
No, I would
No.
not be happy. No way.
I'll even take another guard like the kid from Providence, or the forward from Kentucky, the shooter.
Right.
Before you
Instead of
take this
we
guy?
could certainly use him.
But I mean, I would trade the 16th and the 23rd for him. If you kept the 3 and you were able to deal multiple picks that weren't any of the Nets picks for Love and a player,
I'm
in a
with
heartbeat,
Russ on that.
You take that shot.
Well, Love looks like
Then
he's
what
like a
are your chances
fantasy
of getting
camp
Durant
award
then?
winner or something.
Pardon me?
What are your chances of
They
getting
were
Durant?
slim
if
and
you-
none before, anyways.
I don't think.
Well, but
very
if you
much.
got Love, let's just say
Well, it's a good
for
point.
your for your
yeah,
middle
it's a good
picks,
point.
and then you still got the 3, you
Yeah.
might be able to do something with that, get
Right.
something else small. And then the guy might say, you know what, for me to go, I have to go through the East, right?
That's true.
Because it's tough over there. He's tried that.
Yeah. The interesting thing, and there's been a lot of speculation about this. It's a great thing. Is they traded Wiggins for Love. Cleveland did.
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
think they'd rather have Wiggins on that team
Oh,
than Love? I
absolutely.
mean, imagine Wiggins on that team playing defense against the Warriors versus Love, who literally has no lateral movement that I can see.
But we've said before that, the big boys come for the playoffs. They get,
Right.
and if you're not, he's been exposed as a soft player,
Yeah.
right? So maybe he's a regular season guy, but the Celtics are thinking playoffs.
It's a
And why
different
would you have
sport.
Kevin Love?
Different
Yeah.
sport in the playoffs.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
exactly
embarrassing
right.
the way he's
Well, he
played.
does bring something the Celtics need. He would be a better fit with the Celtics than he is
I
with
think
the
he would.
Cavs.
Yeah,
He's
that's a
just
good
not.
point, too.
He needs the ball, and too many guys need the ball in the Cavs to play well.
Yeah.
He'd get the ball with Boston. I mean, he'd get his hands on the ball almost every possession.
Because he's big enough and he'd
That's
be
right.
a good
They
option.
don't have anybody
and
like
Danny's
him.
still enamored with him, like obviously he was before.
Yeah.
right?
But Cleveland would love to give up the 3rd pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me?
To
To get a young stud?
Yeah.
Oh, LeBron
But
would be.
I don't see Danny doing that now.
No way. I would stay away from him. I think you've got enough information to know what you got with him and just stay away.
I'd take him for the 16th pick in a heartbeat.
All right, well, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to talk
I
about the
agree.
draft now. Let's talk about the draft. What will the Celtics do? Will they use the pick, or will they trade it away for an established player?
Well, isn't it?
I think they're going to use that
Yeah.
third pick now.
My gut tells me he's going to use it, unless he can get a sweetheart deal. If I'm him, I'm not giving that up for some cruddy second-tier deal.
Yeah, but isn't the draft itself? Didn't we establish that they have the 3rd pick in a
In a
two-player
two-player
draft?
draft, right?
Yeah,
So
possibly.
yeah, possibly. And everybody always goes
There's
up.
probably 3 or 4 players that are going to be better than those 2 players
But you just don't
10
know.
years from
Right.
now.
You just don't know who.
But
I
you
think
know,
he's
that's what
going to
you
do
pay Danny Ainge to
everything he
figure out,
can
right?
to move it. I think Ainge is going to do everything he can to move that pick for
get
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler
or
would
DeMarcus
be great.
Cousins,
yeah.
or like a top 10 talent, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's a 20-point guy.
It would have to be Jimmy
10
Butler
rebounds.
and one, right?
I would assume I would assume that it would be like, the 3 plus Crowder plus another pick or 2 down the road at least for Jimmy Butler.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Avery Bradley or
Whatever,
name
some
it.
combination, or another player, Crowder and another player.
Well, I think you can give away Crowder because
because you're getting a player back that's
identical
very
skill
similar.
sets,
Absolutely,
right? And
yeah.
then all of a sudden, Chicago has to be able to
That's right.
justify this to their fan base.
Yeah.
That's
And they
right.
could be like, "This is what we got." Plus, Crowder could be a better player than Butler. They could say that. You know, on some
Maybe
level.
take a
Plus
shot.
they got the three.
Or he's 80% of Butler, and now we got the third pick and 80% of Butler plus another guy or another pick. Or
And
something.
they're gonna get, then they'd pick the point guard from Providence.
And they
Right,
could
Chris.
do that. That's
But
right.
boy, oh
And
boy,
Play
if they had the
throws.
two, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh, no.
It'd be a
guess
slam
not.
dunk.
But how much fun? And now the draft is June 23rd, so in a
Here's
week
my
from tomorrow.
prediction: if they take the pick, I read that the profile on Dragan Bender, the Croatian,
Right.
and I got to the end of the profile and I was like, if they take the pick, that's who Danny's going to take.
Oh, he's
It's not who
5
I
years
want him
away.
to take.
I feel like he's a
he
Danny-
just feels like it's just got Danny written all over this guy.
7 feet and 120 pounds.
Yeah.
He just feels like a Danny pick.
Wick will not let that happen. Wick is
would be
right.
5
Wick has
years
got his
before he was
wallet
even
open.
He's really involved, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, it's his money.
But he's in Vegas right now, and he's ready to party. Right. There is no.
I want a shooter. I want whoever they think the best shooter is after number 2, just pick him.
Murray.
Right.
Just a bet Murray,
Or
Hield,
Buddy Hield.
whatever. Just pick the best shooter there is.
Did you see that? Murray came in worked out for the Celtics and hit 79 of 100 threes for them.
Yeah.
So then they went out and they worked out Buddy Hield. Hield hit 85 of 100.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extraordinary.
Except
They
you're not.
That's what they're doing now. They can all
Yeah.
hit those.
Yeah.
That's right. Except I just don't think they'll take him. I would trade if I wanted Buddy Hield. I'd trade down 2 spots.
Is it possible to do that?
Sure. Yeah. Someone's going to want to get up there and take one. Take a
Take the
shot.
point
at one of
guard.
those
The
guys.
point guard's
The point guard.
invariably
It's
more,
like
more
6'5", 6'5" point guard. Kidding me?
This may be the most non-interesting Boston sports event of all time, the June 23rd draft. What I'm talking about,
It's a big deal.
the administrative
Well,
day.
we'll make a big deal of
right,
it.
right.
Got the third
Yeah.
pick.
The
It's
best
a big
administrative day in the history of Boston sports, if you think
It's
about
a big
it, right?
deal. Yeah,
It is a
no,
huge deal.
it's a franchise-altering draft for them. They got 3 picks in the top 23,
Right.
5 in the top 32, or something
Yeah, the
crazy.
next
Yeah, but
5
the
years
NBA,
depend
those
on this
drafts,
day- that
isn't
day.
it after 6 or 7, they're pretty much.
And then it's a reach.
No, but there's 5 guys who were picked in between 13 and 20 this year who were really good,
Right.
really good
Oh,
players.
look at that. The
Booker.
Warriors. Steph Curry
Right.
wasn't in the top 5. Draymond Green wasn't even in the
He's
top
a second
30.
rounder.
Dennis Johnson.
That's the insight you don't get in other shows.
No, you know.
And Paul Lynn.
Oh, Lynn. Who the hell is that anyway?
The metaphor to end all metaphors.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. That went quick, boys.
We had a weird day.
Yeah, right, absolutely. I want to thank, of course, the fellas, and it's good to have the professor back. Isn't
Sure
it good to
is,
back?
sure
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Glad to be here.
The,
Some rationality on the show.
Absolutely. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, the lovely and talented Adrian. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in again next Wednesday night at 6:30 for a special show. We have former NECN reporter and Comcast sports anchor Josh Brigador. He's going to be on the show. He's apparently a very nice fellow and should be fun. So make sure to tune in. That's the show for tonight. My name is Scott Kerman. Have a great night.
Pete, you need to improve your body language.
I do.
That went so
The body language, please.
I know you didn't get to half your.
The elephants are in town.